a lot of these brands that I do support, they're very creative. They're, it's nice clothes. You know what I mean? So why not?
Absolutely.
Instead of spending a ton of money. Also, with this whole tariff thing coming out and China exposing that a lot of these things are
It's
made with,
cap.
you think it's cap?
Yeah, it's cap. They get showing the canal street down there. They get showing where they make like when we ever trusted China to tell the truth about something. They just showing us the fake shit they making. Fuck out of here, nigga.
No, 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 no,
They
no, no,
make
no, no.
real meat.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because
I'm telling you, I believe it.
I had already known that, like Nikes are made in China,
Yeah, they're made in China, but they also make the bootlegs in China too.
but
So they just
a
showing
lot
us
of
the
the
bootleg
times
spot.
the bootlegs are coming from the same factory.
Yo, dog, it's not that bad yet where the dude that got the Nike contract or the ill Louis V contract is showing you where they make their stuff at. Like, they're not gonna show their hand. They're not gonna blow their bag just off of a couple of weeks off of bad press. Like, the people that front and center know that Americans are easily manipulated. They can just show us anything, and we're fall for like bullshit propaganda
You
for
gotta
them cats. Like, nah, yo, they
no.
just showing us their Canal Street.
Let's
Like,
forget
it's
about.
literally Canal Street. Everywhere we know to buy fake shit from is like around them.
I get it,
Yeah.
but let's not even go by them possibly lying or anything like that, right? Just business, right?
Right.
When you're producing clothing, you're
Mhm.
gonna go where you can get the cheapest labor.
No, you'll go do it, get the best quality labor for the cheapest price.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's just say, let's use a brand like Louis Vuitton,
Yeah.
right? And they say that they are French made. Everything is
Yes.
made in France.
Right.
So you telling me you could make a bag with premium leather, premium seamstress or in France
Mhm.
to put the bag together and still sell it for, let's just say, $1,000,
Yeah, why not?
because the markup on retail is about 1,000%.
Well, that's their problem. I don't know. So they,
It doesn't.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
you still got to have
economically,
good.
it doesn't even make sense.
Well, if you look at a Louis V bag and you look at a Coach bag, you could tell the difference on it. So we're like, so you're saying like Louis
You
V
really
and
can't,
Coach are
though.
making? You can.
No, you can't.
Come on, bro. I'm telling you, you can. Like, everything doesn't rub out as. I mean, I'm not a bad connoisseur, but like even like wallets and everything like that, you could tell the different quality of the leather, the stiffness, the if it fades or not. Like, you see some people's bags, like they fade from like rubbing on stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Regular, real good leather
Mm.
over time is going to have some wear and tear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, leather is the natural good. So like,
you got to think. All right, let's take this for example, right? Let's just say one of the most expensive Coach bags is like would be one of the cheaper Louis Vuitton bags.
Not even close. Maybe Gucci.
No. I'm making a point. I'm not asking you a question.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And if on their higher end Coach bags, they're using, let's say they're using better than regular leather, because I've seen Coach bags that are actually like better leather than
maybe
Louis
Gucci.
Vuitton
Maybe
leather.
Gucci, not Louis, dog. Louis is a whole
Bro,
another level.
No.
Yo, dog. There's Coach, and then there's Gucci, and then there's Louis.
I've seen some Coach bags that are like real, like quality leather, and I've seen some Gucci bags, and I've seen some Louis Vuitton bags. Like, their leather is not like some butter soft type of, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I think more or less is marketing, and as the people
got quality
marketed enough to make people pay whatever they pay. Like, when you see that print, you know what it is, and that's why you pay what you
bigger
pay.
than the print. Is the actually is the guarantee on it too. You could bring your things. You could bring your Louis Vuitton things back to any Louis Vuitton and have it refurbished or have it fixed. They stand behind the quality after you spend like a certain amount on a certain goods.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Take it from someone too that has, tried to outsource their material making. When I had the clothing line, I was reaching out to people from different countries to try to get stuff done. And honestly, the quality was lackluster, and the communication is tough. Unless you're gonna go over there, boots on the ground, and actually like see what's going on. And a lot of people do. I think See a Collective, the black dude that owns the sneaker line, he actually went out there and he exposed it, that he was saying that those videos are cap. Like what you're seeing are the bootleg areas in those countries. Like those countries produce a lot of bootleg goods.
I'm not denying that.
But
what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
there are brands that actually say made in China. It's a fact that Nikes are made in China.
You can just put that stamp on it, even if the bootleg is going to say that too. Though.
No. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that
please.
If real Nikes are made in China, what makes the difference between now you're trying, your argument is that they're not made, these other brands that are luxury are not made in China. They're made in France or they're made in Italy.
So you're saying that they're making the Louis bags in China and then just
this is what okay, and this is how it goes for a lot of other products, right? Mm-hmm. It'll go that way for electronics, things like that. A lot of times luxury goods, right? So what China is saying is that 50% of their bags, like Louis Vuitton, is created and seamed and sold up in China. Then they send it to France to put all the bells and whistles and repackage it and make it. Now that makes it part of France. That's a big thing. And people that are watch people, what happens is that when you talking about the watch game and luxury watches, there are brands that will get movements from, let's say, I forgot what the movement is, but it's a movement that's owned by the Swatch company. I think it's the 28 something or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It's the most regular automatic movement watch that you can get, the insides of a watch, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of watch brands will take that movement, which is probably like a $200, $300 movement. Mm-hmm. They'll craft the watch, create it, design it, or whatever like that, and they'll take that movement and put it inside the watch. Okay. A generic automatic movement. Okay. And then they'll charge people $10,000 for the watch. Okay. And they'll say it's Swiss made because it's coming from the Swatch company, which is a Swiss brand.
So it's a Swiss movement.
It's a Swiss movement, right?
Correct.
But let's just say only the movement is made there, but everything else is created somewhere else.
Yeah, but if you're going to put titanium and everything on it, and you're going to seal it and make it death proof for a certain amount, and you're going to make a limited edition, like if you're going to put the work into it after you put the movement around it, then that's what gives it the
No, it doesn't. The reason why Rolex charges what they charge is because they do in-house movements.
Okay.
They make their own movements.
Okay.
Vacheron Constantin, they make their own movements.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Right. Patek Philippe, they make their own movements. Right.
How about Richard Mille?
I think that I'm pretty sure they make their own movements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the thing. So you're saying like when you get like a Jacob.
Yes.
They get a Swiss from.
I don't know.
Right.
We're talking. We're generally talking, right? But let's just say Jacob is an ill designer. He designs jewelry. He makes an ill watch, and he's like, all right, I need an automatic movement. So I'll get a 2824. I think it's a 2824 movement, which is owned by the Swatch Group, right?
Gotcha.
Which owns, they own Omega.
Okay.
They own a few luxury brands and a few, non-luxury brands. They own Swatch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Right. But they'll take that movement and put it in his watch. But he got all the diamonds and stuff like that. Yeah. Probably not super expensive diamonds, but he'll charge you $10,000-$20,000 for the watch. But it's a regular movement. Now, the reason why you would pay for a Rolex is because they make it at Rolex. Their movement, they don't outsource the movements.
Gotcha.
The inner workings of of course, the if it's gold or platinum or something like that, you expect to pay more money for it. But the reason why you're paying $10,000 for a stainless steel watch is because the movement.
Gotcha.
And this is how they do it in the watch game, where it's like they'll say Swiss made, right? Because the majority or a good portion of the assembly of the watch is done in Switzerland, right?
Right.
But more or less, all the other shit is done somewhere else. And this is what this is what China's saying about luxury goods. Like, we have the cheapest manufacturing and garments and things like that.
You
so
can get it started. Your
we get it started up over here, and then send it over there. They finish it up, they repackage it.
They're not exposing nothing, man. Like, it's all good. We kind of knew it already, and it's all good. Like, you can try to expose whatever, but you showing your hand, and you're just gonna hurt yourself at the end of the day. It's kind of an extension of what we were talking about last week with the patriotism, for a lack of patriotism. Like, we're falling for all their propaganda, whatever they selling us. Dog, I ain't buying it. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm good over here, man. We good over here.
Okay.
I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it, it's good. Like, we're at war, and we're in a part of war is propaganda. I ain't falling for it.
Yeah. A part of it is propaganda.
Yeah, I'm cool.
But the thing is, we're a nation of consumers. So
yeah,
initially we were talking about, supporting brands. That's why it's like, all right, well, do I have to buy a Gucci? Do I have to buy Louis Vuitton? Do I have to, I think we should, as we could support our creatives. We have
my thing is that I'm all for supporting creatives. I'm a creative. I've put things out there to be. First of all, I hated the word support. Support means you're just buying it because you're trying to help me. I wanted you to buy my goods because you thought they were fly.
Mm-hmm.
So support, me and my peoples always bumped heads on that word. Support always seemed like a handout. Another thing is that I always gotta let niggas know I could get fly, or else it don't matter if I'm wearing your shit, because it's like I'm not fly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta wear a little bit of everything to let niggas know that I get fresh, so that when I do wear your stuff, it's like it kind of means something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the way I look at it. Like, I like to dibble or dabble. I'll wear pieces from different people, but I like to go out and get like a little piece and put something together and get my basics together, and I'll put a hat and everything else, and I grab stuff. But support, I hate that word, yo. I don't want to support nobody. If I like somebody, I want to like what I'm buying.
I get it, but sometimes there is an unfair advantage because that other brand has already invested millions of dollars in, or society has already indoctrinated people to buy that particular product, right?
Okay.
Who's to say that, let's just say, a Cigars and Whiskey t-shirt or hoodie is just not as good, isn't as good as an Essentials hoodie. You understand
if the font doesn't speak to you, if the fit's not right for you, if it doesn't speak to you, then maybe it's not for you. No, that's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. I look at it like, we try to switch it up every year. We try to give them something new, put thought into it, and yeah, man.
But
if
you have to understand, even though you could do all that and the person could genuinely like the product, but you're competing against, let's say, all right, this is Gucci or this is this, and that's that. You understand what I'm saying?
But we're not making Gucci clothes. We're making essentials. We're making clothes that you're gonna. I feel like the average street wear maker, like we're making clothes for like running, Saturday morning, Friday nights, hanging with your boys and all that. If you're gonna go get I don't think you're gonna go to the club in a Cigars or hoodie.
You're not gonna go to no club in no hoodie.
You could go to a club in a Vinci hoodie.
Oh, you go okay, all right.
You know what I mean? If you wear like an ill, you can get some shit.
That's the shit that I'm talking about, where it's like a name, right? It's like, oh, I know such and such. All right, you can get in now, right? if I have a shout out to Bandit Wear, right? If I got a Bandit Wear hoodie on, can I get in the club? But you can't wear that. You gotta wear, you gotta dress a little casual. But if I come in with a Givenchy hoodie, they'll let me get in because it's quote unquote designer.
That's the game, yo. That's the game we in, man.
It's fickle, the game, but it's
vain, it's fickle,
very vain, very. And like the thing is, I'm a guy that I don't mind paying for quality, but I'm not just paying for a name, right?
Gotcha.
So if let's just say I pick up a shout out to I pick up a Bandit Wear joint, but the quality is good. He makes good quality clothing. Absolutely. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But in Givenchy, it's like, all right, yo, this is the same quality hoodie as, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's fucking 10 times more, 20 times more, right? But the quality is the same, and it just got the name on it.
It's the name of the game, man. You know where we at. Like,
yo,
you can't fight
I guess I give him credit. I gotta, as a guy that supports free enterprise, I gotta just, be like, yo, that's the game. You know what I mean?
It's the game, yo. You gotta